Hey, and welcome back to the Magic Animal Club podcast with me, Squidoodly, and this guy.
Me, not Squidoodly. Squidoodly and not Squidoodly together again for another Magical Animal Club podcast. How you doing, everyone? You okay?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I'm alright.
I'm doing terrible. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There's
the
audience.
three people that listen to the podcast and they're all doing fine.
No, one of them was doing terrible. The girl was doing terrible. Did you not hear?
Huh? I wasn't really listening, to be honest.
Okay. Wow. You should listen to your audience stamps. Come on.
I tune out when you get to your silly voices. Like, I have realised, like, I think there's, like, a certain group of people that this podcast is, like, kind of an event for them almost, like, where they plan for it and plan what they do with it. Like, I've heard people saying about listening to it when they're running or, like, when they're doing the ironing or, you know, whether, they're playing Minecraft. Like, a lot of people, I think, save the podcast as, like, a background thing for doing something else. Like, I've seen loads of people saying that because a lot of people had a go at me last week. I don't know if you noticed, but the podcast was really late. And I didn't upload it late. It just took like all day to process. Like, yeah. I think it took something like 12 hours to process from when I uploaded it. So, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, long videos. I mean, like the podcast takes like a long time to record. It also takes a long time to edit and then upload. And then obviously if the processing goes wrong, like if YouTube's having a little bit of a hissy fit and a little bit of a bad day, and then it stomps its feet and then goes and sulks in its bedroom, and it takes like a million hours to process. So, you know, I think it was just having one of them days. But
it is weird though, because like it showed up for people. Like, people could see it,
right?
But they just couldn't watch it. Like, normally when it's processing, like,
that's teasing.
At first they just can't see it. So people could see it, but they just couldn't watch it. So they knew it was there, but so it was more of a tease. But we always say, like, it will be up at some point on Sunday. Like, it's not a set time thing. It will be there, hopefully, before the end of the day. We're rubbish. We know. We're all aware. Just sorry. Basically, sorry.
But we're actually early in some countries, so, you know, we're always going to be early
I think it came out. I think it came out on Sunday for, like, places like the US, but yeah, it just did it in, like, the middle of the night. I think it kind of just popped up at some point in the morning. I saw it was there.
Whenever I'm late, I always say, well, you know, I'm actually early in some countries, so, you know, I'm actually not late. So
I just called them early. No, you're early. You're here too soon. Come back later.
So what I want to know what people do when they're when they listen to the podcast. What do you do, Stamps, when you're listening to it? Do you go
when I'm listening to it? Well, I either, if I'm listening to our podcast, I'm usually editing it, or if it's the week where you edit it, for example, this week, then I don't listen to it really because
you've already done it.
Yeah, like I was there. Like, it's I really couldn't think of anything much worse than having to list back to my own conversations and cringing at how many times I say like and you know.
But if you must have listened to a podcast in the past, so what do you normally do with like another podcast? What do you normally save it? Because I normally save it for either like train journeys, or if I'm going for a run, then I'll save it for then. Because I often listen to some music, but when I'm going running, I listen to podcasts as well. So what do you do? What is it normally like the same, like transport or?
So I normally listen to podcasts when I'm working out in the gym.
Sorry.
I couldn't keep it going. I couldn't keep a straight face. No. So I listen to podcasts, like I listen to loads of podcasts. So I listen to podcasts like when I'm going to bed. Like I kind of just like normally my least favorite podcasts I listen to when I'm going to bed because like I fall asleep to them. So I listen to them. So you can just set a little timer so it will go off in half an hour. So I do that. I listen to them in the shower. If I'm planning and setting up a video, if I'm terraforming or something, I'm either normally watching YouTube and Netflix or listening to a podcast. And then, when traveling as well, like my favorite podcast I don't listen to leading up to a trip because podcasts are great for a long plane journey as well. So on the plane, I'll be kind of doing the same thing. I'll be on my Vita, doing something on Minecraft while listening to a podcast. But I listen to loads of podcasts.
Can we do a top 5 Stampy sort of like ideas for traveling? Because as we know, we're off to Minecon like next week, and I'm gonna be super bored. I've never been on like a long flight before, so obviously LA is like 11 hours, and I literally know nothing about how to survive long flights. So can you actually give me an early Stampy tip for this? Because this would be really helpful.
Yeah, sure. So first thing with traveling is, because, I used to get a bit stressed. Well, not stressed, but it used to feel like a big deal. Now I travel, to the US so regularly, it's stopped becoming a big deal. So the whole, I'm just much more chilled out the whole time, and I think that's helped a lot. And then in terms of the actual flight, like I've got to a point where I look forward to it a little bit now, just because it's a time where zero distractions. I can get, I can sit there, I can catch up on movies that I've wanted to see, and I can relax. I can set things up on Minecraft. I can, play games on my 3DS that, I might not have had time to play. So, think of it as just, entertainment time. Of course, if it's an overnight flight, you can try and get to sleep, which can be a bit of a struggle when, the seats don't recline fully back. So in those situations, I just never expect to get a proper night's sleep. You might rest for a bit, listening to a podcast or something, so you might be able to do that, but I wouldn't bank on, if you're doing an overnight flight, I wouldn't think, right, I'm just going to sleep for 11 hours and wake up fresh in the morning, because that's probably not going to happen, because it's just so noisy with just the engines and people around you, and so it's someone might need to stand up to walk past you to go to the bathroom and stuff, so never bank on that. And a good mentality to go into it is think of it as about 4 films. Think of it as you're going to go watch 4 movies, and then, with eating and stuff, by the time you get to the other side, you're there pretty much. And, on the
by the time you
transatlantic...
get to the other side, you are there. That is the best quote I've ever heard.
No, I'm saying that. But if you just think of it as you're going to sit down and watch 4 movies, and then you're going to be pretty much at the other side. Because the most transatlantic flights, I think all of them actually have just individual screens on the back of the seat. So you can pick whichever film you want. They normally are pretty current and have a great selection. So I think of it as a great chance to catch up on all of that. And just don't keep checking the time at all, because then it's going to end up feeling much longer. And I think you'll be amazed at just how quickly time passes. Also, bring toothpaste and a toothbrush and cleaning things for your face and stuff just to freshen up, because you don't feel human after you land from a flight like that. Well, I don't anyway, so I always have to freshen up a little bit just before I land, just otherwise I just feel so horrible when I land. So I recommend doing that. Bringing some, don't wear jeans or anything, bring some, some comfy trousers, some lounge trousers or some sweatpants or something, just to be really comfy. So that's my Stampy top tips for flying in a plane.
Nice. Sounds quite good. I was thinking about downloading Skyrim and just properly just going at it for a fair few hours and just grinding through a game. Something like that.
Any game like that, any RPG game, a game that you want to spend a lot of time on, it would be great. I think even maybe if you want to catch up on an older Pokemon game you haven't played, I think a Pokemon game would be perfect for a flight. You just don't want to play. You don't want to play a platformer or something that needs quick reaction times, because that is just too much for your brain to play something like that for that long. You want to play something slower pace, or maybe with a story that you want to get through. I pretty much played through the majority of Final Fantasy X on a flight on the Vita, and that was a really good game for that, because you can just really sit down and sink time into it, and that's something that I can rarely do with any games now. So playing time's a good time.
Playing times are gaming times. It should be good though. Should be really, really good. So sweatpants, games, movies, and some toothpaste.
And don't forget that, they bring around food and drinks, but whenever you want, you can ask for them as well. And so don't feel afraid to ask for a cup of tea every hour, because they give you the tiniest cup in the world. So that's what we do. We just just constantly asking for more tea. That helps.
just bring the teapot. Just put a teapot down. That'll be fine. That'll be great. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good fun. So that's the flight tips. What about American tips? Do I need to prepare myself in any way for Americans? Are Americans nice? And this is sounding a little bit like a Squiddy 101 podcast, but it doesn't matter, okay? We've talked about a lot of this podcast. This is my time. Stop being selfish, everyone. You can listen, okay?
Well, you got to be careful, because Americans are awful. I'm joking. I'm joking. What do you mean? You know America. You probably speak to Americans as much as you speak to British people, don't you? We live our lives online. Everyone's it's all the same, and it's going to be different crowds. And of course, at Minecon, it's going to be people from all over the world anyway. But yeah, there's not really anything I'd say. So a big thing. This is getting probably way too specific for us, but any electronics you bring, remember the voltage is different. So be prepared for that. Like you can bring like a little like adapter so it works, but still the voltage is different. So the big thing for us is if we bring a travel kettle, it doesn't work. Like it takes 20 minutes to make a cup of tea because it takes so long. I don't know, things like hair straighteners and stuff as well, things like that really won't work. Like you can charge your phone and that, it just takes a little bit longer over there. So be prepared for that.
I always think of the other day, like
you got to do like an ESTA form. I don't have you done that? Like,
yeah, I've done all that. Yeah, I've done all that.
Yeah, apart from that, it's pretty much the same over here. Really.
But whenever I go to like different countries, I always think, oh well, I can have like their like speciality like food, like what they have in their country. But we pretty much have everything that they have. Like like I can't think of anything that I could want to try in America that I haven't probably tried in England. So
people will try. So have you heard of In-N-Out?
What, like a fast food restaurant?
Yeah. So In-N-Out is, I think it's only in California. I don't know if it's spread anywhere else, but everyone always goes on about In-N-Out and how it's like the best fast food everywhere and always talks about that. So someone's probably going to try and make you try that. Like it's fine. It's fast food. Like it's all right.
Is it just McDonald's? Is it just like that? Is it just...
Yeah, it's just kind of another one of them, but because it's there, you'll probably try that at some point. But for me, going to LA, it's really the Mexican food I look forward to. Like there's really good Mexican food in England generally isn't that great from what I've had, but the Mexican food in LA is amazing. So I kind of that's the big thing that I look forward to and would recommend.
Nice. I think one of the things that I really want to have is like a really big steak. Because,
you always want to have a really big... That's no change.
Yeah, but it's like American steak, you know what I mean? It's going to be bigger and juicier and...
A buffalo steak.
Yeah, a T-Rex steak. That's...
Oh. I think you're getting confused between America and Jurassic Park.
No, they've got dinosaurs over there. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Anyway, what have you been up to? What's been going on since last week? We haven't really spoke since. Since last week. Any new developments?
I went to London with Nicole and her family. We went there from Friday to Monday. We did a bunch of stuff. Went to some museums. Basically did site. We were tourists. Pretty much tourists. But yeah, it was really good to get away for the weekend because, like, literally from Monday to Friday, I've just been working like crazy hours and my throat's been killing just because of the amount of videos that I've been trying to pre-record. I must have been doing like 6 or 7 videos like every day. And like back to back, it's very kind of hard on your voice. So I really just needed a break. I think just for my voice's sake. So it was a good little break. And then, just felt really good to get back home and start making videos again because people don't really realize that we've got to do so much backlogging, like probably more me than Stamps, because obviously Stamps has probably got already some content ready, but you're coming back earlier than me, I think. You're only there for a while, are you?
Yeah, I'm there for 8 days, I think.
Yeah, and I'm there till the 11th of October, so yeah, I'm there for quite a while.
Yeah, you're there for ages, but to be fair, I leave 1 day earlier than you. So it kind of adds up, really.
Yeah. Brilliant. The logic, that's great. But yeah, I've had to push, I don't know if I mentioned in the last podcast, but we had to push my mobile game back till the 12th of October because I just didn't want to be in a different country. Like, the game's ready, but I just said, look, we're just going to put it on hold until we get back because I want to be home. I want to be, like, getting involved with the game and tweeting stuff out and just making videos on it and stuff like that. So we've had to put the game on hold till, like, the 12th. But that's fine. That's perfectly fine by me. I'm happy with that. I'd rather be in control and know what's happening at home when the game's out than being in a different country and not having anything to do with it. So yeah, that's been done. So
and you've been playing the game as well, haven't you? Didn't I see you tweet that?
Yeah, I mean from the start of the development, they've been sending me like a IPA file, which is obviously like a Apple sort of app, early development, and I've been playing it and giving feedback and doing basically everything. I think they give me like a new sort of app every sort of week, like a new development. So I've just been going around giving them feedback, and so I've always got a version of the app on my phone. So please don't steal my phone if you see me about. But yeah, I've been playing that. It's fun. It's dead weird though. It's weird playing something on a mobile and it's something that you've helped to create. I don't know. It's just a weird sort of feeling. I'm so used to playing other stuff.
And the thing is, if there's something wrong with it or you don't like something, normally you just go, why is it like that? Then you have to go, oh, wait a minute, it's my fault. I should say about this.
Well, that's the good thing about it. It's like, I'm playing it and I'm like, well, this could be better, this could be improved. I message the guys, they say, yep, that's completely good. And then a week later, they'll send me a new update with it improved, and then I play it and I give them more feedback. And it's just a good sort of relationship. It's like, obviously, if you're going to make your own game, you've got to play your own game a lot to kind of, to see what it's like.
Are you going to try and get the high score on the leaderboards? Is that why you're going to get, before it's even out, you're going to have the top score and no one's going to be able to beat it?
It's good though, because I've been showing it to like Nicole and Tom, and then like every time like we're at breakfast or something, like I'll just hand them my phone, and then they're just like addicted, and they'll just play it, and then once I'm ready to record, I'll just take it off them. I'm like, right, I'm going now, I'm taking my phone. And they're like, oh, so it's good to know that they're enjoying it as well. It's good kind of feedback and stuff like that. So yeah, you'll be able to play it, Stamps, next week.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, I'll get a chance to play it at Minecon, won't I?
Yeah, play it early, so that'd be really good.
And I'll get the high score. You know it. You know I will.
It's very competitive, our Stamps. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just crazy backlogging, just on with the app, and just making videos. Lots of videos. So what about you? What have you been doing?
Well, I had a fun weekend because... Well, no, but so we had a dramatic Sunday. So basically, I woke up kind of before I was getting up properly. I just went to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I heard like a noise from downstairs. And at first I thought, oh, is the washing machine on? What's that noise? I thought, oh, it's probably Ori doing something. I was like, let me just go and check what that noise is. I went downstairs and found that the kitchen had been converted into an indoor swimming pool. And there was obviously a leak somewhere, but the water was like, it was like rushing in. It wasn't like, oh, there's a puddle on the floor. It was, it was a deep water spread throughout the entire kitchen. Yeah, so I was like, great, well, this is going to be what I'm dealing with today. And then we didn't know how like to turn the water off. Like, we didn't know, like, there's basically every house like has a switch that you just switch to stop all of the water coming into the house. Yeah. And we didn't know where it was. We're looking online. It says, oh, it normally looks like this and is generally found in places like this. It wasn't. It looked nothing like they said, and it was nowhere near where they said it might be. But yeah, so we couldn't turn the water off, and so it was still just gushing in. We called like an emergency plumber, but it was early on a Sunday morning, so he was going to be 3 hours or something, and we didn't know how to stop the water. And then we ended up pulling out the dishwasher. I saw the pipe that was broken. It basically just burst off. And then I had to crawl, like I was still in my pajamas, crawling in the water, which was, I don't know, probably like, I'm trying to think, if you put your hand in a fist and put it horizontally. Oh no, maybe that's too much. Maybe like, if you look at your hand, look at the side of your head, like that high up, not just a puddle. So I was like lying on my belly, like in this water, trying to push like the two pipes together. And then I got it and I was holding it, but it was literally spraying the water out so hard. It was physically hard to hold the two pipes together, just because it was like all the water was like spraying out so fast. So then Squishy had to get duct tape, and she was passing it to me, and I was trying to like to tie it round to save it. But then eventually we found out where the gauge was, the switch thing to turn the water off, so that was okay. So then yeah, we just had a morning without without water while we waited for the plumber to come. We made tea by we got like ice, and we melted the ice in a kettle to make tea, because it was the only way we could. We needed a tea after that.
So did it do any damage to like the kitchen, or?
So luckily it's a wood floor. Apparently the plumber said if it was laminate, then it would have been destroyed because of like how long it had been there. So luckily that was okay. Like, it spread to the carpet a bit, and like the carpet's like stayed. Like, it looks like it's damp, but it's not. We're hoping that it's not stained the carpet. But there's no major damage. I think I kind of spotted it early enough. But if I'd gone back to sleep for a few more hours, then That could have been
yeah.
devastating. That would have spread to the living room, and that would have destroyed a lot. So we got off lucky, but that wasn't even the end of our Sunday woe.
Go on. What else
That was
happened?
the beginning of the Sunday woe. So plumber came, got that all sorted, jolly good. We got to get on. For some reason, then the hot water was off, and because I think when we turned the water off, so we had to. I didn't even know how to turn that back on, but I got all that sorted out. And then I went to go and record. And then when I come out of recording, I go downstairs and Squishy's sitting on the bottom of the stairs, like next to a giant pile of coats, and just Ori sitting next to her. And then there's like 2 holes in the wall. And basically, she had put a coat on the coat rack, which had way too many coats on, and it had just, like, the whole coat rack, which was nailed to the wall, had just fallen off and just left 2 holes in the wall, and it was just all on the floor. And one of those days.
Did it like
Squid
tear
Nugget.
the thing off the wall with the weight?
Yeah, like it ripped, like the screws just ripped like 2 holes in the wall.
What? That's crazy. That's,
Yeah, so that was my Sunday.
eventful. But your Saturday was okay though.
Saturday was fine. I can't remember Saturday, so I'm sure it must have been fine. That's
Sunday
kind of
was just too
much. Yeah,
much.
I was filming Wonder Quest on Saturday, but then then today, as I'm recording this, so we're recording this on, what day is it? Wednesday. We're recording this on Wednesday, like last Wednesday, obviously, not next Wednesday. And so I've been waiting for, there's the final chapter of Minecraft Story Mode is out, technically.
Oh yeah, I've seen people play that.
But it hasn't come out on Xbox One for some reason.
So is it out on PC?
It's out on PC, it's out on mobile, it's out on Xbox 360, but it's not out on Xbox One.
And is that what you've been doing your Let's Play on the Xbox One?
Yeah. So I can't even switch because all of my progress has been on the Xbox One.
Oh
so
man,
I can't because they always send me a code early, but they always send it for PC, and every time I'm like, thank you very much, but don't need it. Like, yeah. So like that's kind of annoying because I keep just checking back because I don't know when it's going to go live. I don't know whether it's it's something. I spoke to the people at Telltale and they seem to think it's something to do with the Microsoft Store. Like it comes up, like it says it's available inside the game, but you click on it and it comes up with an error saying like the thing you're looking for probably doesn't exist, but if it does exist, why don't you try searching for it? It literally says that, and I'm like, what?
That's helpful.
And so yeah, everyone. But the thing is, everyone is the worst with story mode because they all put spoilers in their titles.
Yeah,
I don't want to call out any.
You have to be first. Like, I know this sounds stupid, but you have to be first with kind of recording it because, like, if you watch one person play it before watching your view, then they've pretty much done what you've done, if you know what I mean. Like, it's very time sensitive, the story mode, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is that it does differ. Like, everyone is not going to have the exact same experience. But yeah, if someone's just watched through the entire thing on someone else's channel, it's unlikely that they're then going to watch through the entire thing on your channel. But for me, it's not like, not many people are going to watch now. It's more just, everyone just puts spoilers in their titles and thumbnails. Like, so, like,
clickbait, mate. Clickety click, it's YouTube 2016.
I know, but surely like it just makes everyone mad. Surely it would just make people not like them. And don't get me onto clickbait as well, because the amount that has been going on recently with like Stampy Cat Lucky Blocks, where it's just generic Lucky Blocks, but they put my logo on the Lucky Block. And then they title it Lucky Block, like Stampy's Lucky Blocks, and put me in the thumbnail like dancing or something. Like, it is ridiculous. The amount of YouTubers do that, giant, YouTubers with millions and millions of subscribers, Dan TDM Lucky Block, put it, Dan TDM's this, like, it's like YouTubers kind of getting a bit rubbish, to be fair. I don't want to play the YouTube game. I have no interest in playing that game to get views. Like, I would have no fun making videos like that, and I just feel so rubbish doing it. But it's like the majority of YouTubers now it's just clickbait. That's just all. I don't know if that's just what you need to do to succeed now or whatever, but I just feel like most people don't care as much. I don't hear like a huge amount of people moaning about it. Like, it's obviously working because people are still watching. Like, why are people accepting this?
Because I don't know, I think it's just become the norm. I think it's just because like a lot of people do it, and people are just getting used to it. Like, it's become like, people don't know what like clickbait is anymore, if that makes sense. Like, they see clickbait more than, just normal video game titles. So, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
It's,
I think it's just, it is, I think now the majority of people are doing it and they've been doing it for a certain amount of time. You know, that is just, you know, people just expect it. But I just assume that, you know, people would just learn and see, oh, this is obviously just clickbait, I won't click on it. But it's, you know, that isn't the case. You know, it obviously.
But the thing is, like, clickbait is. It's a bit weird because, okay, so people get annoyed if something that's in the title isn't in the video. But people will clickbait, like you said, like, oh, Stampy, Lucky Block. So you'll be in the video, but, like, you're not, if you know what I mean. So people don't get annoyed because it's not, you know, it's not false. It's still true, but it's still playing on your name. Like, it's using sort of your, you know, where you are as a YouTuber to get views. Like, it's not.
But if someone puts Stampy Cat Lucky Block and puts me in the thumbnail, like, but the video has literally, like, it's nothing to do with me. Like, it's nothing, it's not my Lucky Block. They've just literally grabbed my, like, channel logo and just shoved it on, like, as a texture and then just played Lucky Block, you know?
But
like,
people have always done it. I mean, they do it with maps. Like, you know, they might only make a map of your lovely world or your bedroom or a Hunger Games or whatever.
Yeah.
Just to get views. Like, you know, they might not even be interested in, you know, you as a person, but they'll know that people want to see it. And then that's you know, it's a good way to get views on, you know, someone's channel that might not be able to get views by using you. Even though you're not in it, people still. So I don't know. It is bad, but to be honest, mate, I don't think it's going to change. Like, it's you know, it's gone this far. People are just used to it, and it sucks. But that's the way YouTube's gone, unfortunately.
I just feel like it can't be any fun for them, and like I'm not going to play that game. You know, I'm gonna drift away into irrelevancy. Like, if things just carry on like this, because, you know, like you know, like, it's like when I just hate the idea of making a video and, like, the plan for the video is, you know, what is the thumbnail and the title gonna be, you know, and then if you look in the description, it's like, we're playing the Stampy Long Nose or Stampy Cat Lucky Block game, and this one it's Stampy on the Stampy Cat, and there's that, you know, because the amount of times you put it in the description helps and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's even got to the case where, you know, it's with Google's algorithm, the fake Stampy channels, you know, on some videos are getting more views than me. Or if you search, like, they come up first because they're doing all of the strategies to come up higher in searches. And because I don't know, just titling my videos sensibly and accurately, like, you don't, you know. So it's, you know, ultimately you got to blame Google's algorithm a bit, obviously the YouTubers a bit, and then also, you know, us, the people watching as well, because obviously it's, you know, we're still clicking on the video, so it's kind of, it's hard to point a finger at who's to blame the most, really.
I don't know how they'd kind of sort it out though, because, you know, how would you go about, you know, trying to take stuff down? Because the thing is, it's not actually your video. Like, they're using your name, but it's not anything to do with your content, if you know what I mean.
So the kind of like the moving thumbnails, like, they might help, you know, where if you, like, go over a video, like, it shows you a few screenshots from the video, that might help a little bit, maybe. Like, especially for, like, the really bad ways of clickbait, you know, like, you know, where they literally make the video seem like it's something that it isn't, you know, like, especially like all like the role play stuff where it's, you know, like, Stampy goes to this, or, you know, Stampy and this, you know, and it's just nothing to do with me. It's just, you know, they asked to dress up in my skin, you know, like,
but
maybe
your
on those ones it might help, I don't know.
Copyrighted, trademarked.
Yeah, but, like, trademark's weird because when a lot of people think of trademark as in, I've trademarked this, so it means no one can use it. But that's not the case, because when you trademark, it's trademark in specific areas, and also, like, there's fair use stuff, you know? Like, if I want to, you know, if I want to put Mickey Mouse in the title of my video, like, I can do that. That's fine. You know, that's not a breach of a trademark. So it's kind of, yeah. So, you know, and also you don't want to seem like, you know, me, because the way trademarks work is if you enforce something, you have to enforce everything, you know, unless you set, like, you know, license it to someone, which means that, you know, I'd have to, you know, go after, if there's a fan who's made like a you know, a version of my level and it's put Stampy in it, you know, and he wanted to send it to me, then, you know, I would have to, you know, to clamp down on that, which of course something that I would never want to do. So it's all, yeah, it's all a bit weird in that way, but it's just, I don't know, like, last night I just came, like, one of those videos popped up recommended from me, and it's someone, you know, it's someone who we both know very well. You know, we've spent time with lots of time in real life, and it's someone who's actually done, you know, a lot of their most viewed videos are like fake Stampy videos, and I actually mentioned it to him and said, you know, if you're going to do this, you should ask permission or whatever, you know, or at least mention that it's not me. And he has said, you know, he apologized for that, said he's sorry, said, I know it was clickbait, I shouldn't have done it. But then he left the videos up anyway, and now he's just done it again. So I was like, right, okay, that's fine. And then I saw that all the people he was recording with, they all kind of did the same again. I'm just like, oh man, it's not cool. It just makes me like hate the YouTube side of YouTube. Like, I love making videos, probably more now than I ever have, and I'm having more fun doing that. It's just the whole having to put them on YouTube and see the rest of YouTube's side, which is just the annoying part now. I just wish everyone could just see the videos in another way without having to play that game.
But the thing is, it's so... I mean, it's never really going to set in for them, like sink in, unless it happens to them. Like, and then, but that's not going to happen because, you know, otherwise they wouldn't be doing it, if you know what I mean.
This specific person... I'm really being careful not to give out too much information so anyone would be able to work it out. But they have actually asked someone else, a smaller channel who has done videos with them, who put them in their thumbnails, has asked them to not put them in their thumbnails, even though they are in the video. So,
what? How does that make sense? What, just because they don't want to be associated?
Yeah, they don't want them getting... I think they had a falling out or something, and I think they didn't want this person to be getting views off them, because even though they're in the... So they're asking to not be put in the titles and thumbnails, even though they are actually in the video, and then they're doing this this stuff to us. Anyway, sorry for ranting, sorry for having a rant, but it's been building up for a long time.
How would you... Like, imagine if it was in, like, different types of, like, media. Like, imagine if it was, like, music. Like, you know, they're like put someone in a song. It'd be like, you know, maybe Guns N' Roses feat Flow Rider or something stupid. Like, I don't know. Like, they might even not be in the song, but they're just putting them in just for people. Like that's the type of thing that it is, though, isn't it? It's kind of like...
it's the equivalent of doing a song, saying like doing a song and calling it Adele, and it's a song about Adele, but Adele's not in it. That's like the equivalent that it is. Really.
Or like movies. Can you imagine movies? Like, oh man, I don't know. It's just weird. I just don't know why YouTube. People think YouTube's like a good platform just to steal people's, you know, like sort of, you know, popular. I don't know, like just to steal views, I guess. And it's not even about that. It's just using people to get views.
Yeah, and like the way I think about it is I probably have more fun than them making videos. Like, I'm sure doing those videos, you know, they might get more views, but I bet they're not having as much fun as I am. That's kind of the way I think, you know, make it okay in my head is, you know, like, I know I'm not going to their levels, but I'm probably enjoying myself more. And then also it's the case of, you know, they're leaning off someone else's name rather than building up their own name. You know, if all you ever do is, you know, hide and seek games, you know, that are based on whatever upcoming movie is, you know, all of the views you're getting are just based on whatever someone else has created rather than building up your own name.
It's only relevant to the subject that they're playing. Like, you know, if you're still getting decent views doing your own thing, being original, then you know that you're doing well at YouTube. But if you're having to use other people and, you know, the clickbait titles just to stay relevant, then, you know, you're not doing yourself any favors, really. Like,
and it means that that's all you can do as well, because you haven't built up your own like name, really. Like, if you stop doing that, then, you know, your views are going to completely drop because your name isn't enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, obviously, my sort of fan base was pretty much from Minecraft. That's what I did and want to do. And like now, like the only sort of Minecraft thing on my channel is Island of Eden and Building Time. They're like the only two things that I do, but the views are still the same, and, you know, I still get the same appreciation for like stuff like Roblox and Ark, and they've stayed around because me, you know, so I'm kind of happy about that. Otherwise, it'd just be kind of, you know, it'd be drop off if I was just doing relevant things all the time. But, you know, people stick around for me, and that's how, yeah, I know that I'm stable on YouTube. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might do a let's talk about it. Like, I feel like I probably haven't explained myself very well now.
I feel like you have enough. You have enough to rant about Stamps to do a let's talk.
Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to like. I want to be able to sit down, think of what are all of the points I want to make, and then write it down in like a sensible way. And so it just doesn't seem like a mad old YouTuber like going on about how, it was better in the good old days. We used to make videos with passion, like I don't want it to come across like that. But, it is something that, my life is spent on YouTube. So it's, it's a big part of my life. I've always kind of been in the camp that I consider myself a video maker rather than a YouTuber. Like YouTube just happens to be at the moment the best website to put them out. Like I've no, I guess, loyalty or, real connection or love to this website. Even though obviously it's kind of the thing that's given me everything. Like I think that's just because, it's the biggest one, that at the moment, but things are starting to look a little bit shaky for that with Facebook and stuff. So YouTube have to be careful at the moment because for the first time they really have some serious competition. And so if they don't...
What's the competition? Facebook?
Yeah, mainly Facebook. And obviously, like Amazon and Netflix are kind of becoming more competition, especially as like YouTube's trying to get itself considered more seriously for proper high quality content. So there's more competition now, and Facebook in terms of video is it's destroying. It's doing amazing. Like it's behind in some ways, like some of like the way it spreads, like loads of Facebook videos get more views than YouTube, but people don't then watch more videos or don't watch the video the whole way through, and there's not a feeling of community on Facebook that YouTube has. So like YouTube is still the place. But, there's competition. So, I'm not saying that, I wish, something would come along so I can go to that instead of YouTube. I'm just like, I'm glad there's competition because, that might make YouTube improve itself a little bit more or be a little bit more careful and, talk to its community a bit more and explain what it's planning to do rather than just suddenly changing something and everyone's trying to, react to it and try and work out what to do next, So that, I'm hoping that will get a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have that kind of high... I don't know. I don't really like Facebook is what I'm trying to say. Because every time I see a video online, it's always from someone that it's stolen it from. It's something like, Unilad or something like that. They've always stolen a video from like the original source and it gets way more views and all the comments are just like, you've just stolen this video. And you can see it. And that's like the only sort of viral videos I ever see. It's always from, like a big Facebook group just stealing like... like a viral video off somebody else, and you never actually see the source, and it'll always say like, credit to, and it's like, well, you just pretty much stolen their content, so... Yeah, I don't know.
It's like when people put in their description, like, no copyright meant. It's like, well, you can't just say that. Like, it's too late now. As I said, Facebook hasn't got the sense of community there, and, a lot of it is ripped off videos and stuff, but the way that people discover videos and the way they watch them is... a lot of like Facebook kind of has the fact that it is a social network as well, and people are already there, and it's kind of all in one place. But yeah, like Facebook as it is now is, I'm not looking at that seriously, but I think YouTube probably is, and they might be thinking, right, let's make sure we stay better and we stay ahead. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think that's probably enough YouTube
chit-chat
talk
for that.
Let me know what you think, guys. Like, does it annoy you seeing all this clickbait stuff? Have you not really thought about? Do you think, it's fine, that's just what you need to do on YouTube these days? Yeah, let me know what you think about it, because I've spoke a lot. It's time for to hear your guys' opinions as well.
So have we got any comments from last week? If you guys can remember, we asked you guys to list off your top 5 games, and me and Stamps told you ours, and then so what we got, Stamps? We got any sort of comments or?
Yeah, so I kind of loads of people did their top 5s, which is really awesome. That's what probably about 80% of the comments were people doing top 5. So
okay, well, let's review them. Let's comment and see if we've played them.
Okay,
and
let me bring it up and go through them, because I've got them up already. Look at that, how convenient. So this is just from the newest now. So we got Chase Dub is Minecraft, Overwatch, Pokemon, Minecraft Story Mode, and then Terraria. Jolly good. I think so it's a lot of Minecraft, a lot of like Roblox, a lot of Undertale. I kind of noticed were kind of ones that stood out for me. Five Nights at Freddy as well is another one. Like lots of more modern games. I think I've noticed. So we got Colymon97 says 1 Minecraft, 5 Nights at Freddy's 2, Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario Maker, then Minecraft Story Mode.
Okay.
We have Amber Parrot, who's Minecraft, Paper Mario on the Wii, Super Mario Galaxy, Tomodachi Life, Animal Crossing New Leaf. Definitely a Nintendo fan there from Amber. You can kind of guess what console they have. We got this is interesting. This is a top 3 from Lovely Nifty 5, and it's Minecraft, Epic Mickey, and then Epic Mickey 2. So
what is Epic Mickey? I've never heard of that before.
It's a it's like a
Disney Mickey Mouse game.
Yeah, and it's actually really interesting because it's got like do you know who Oswald is?
No.
So Oswald it's basically Mickey Mouse before Mickey Mouse. It almost looks like, you know, when you see an unofficial picture of Mickey Mouse, he almost looks like that, but it's basically the character that was created before Mickey Mouse to be the Disney mascot. But it ended up being changed. I think there was some legal thing about who owns it or something, so they ended up creating Mickey Mouse instead. But in this game, you like Oswald is a character in it, and I think you got a paintbrush and you're kind of coloring things in and stuff. I've never played it, but it actually looks pretty good.
Oh, sweet.
Right, we got MCTV, Minecraft, Portal 2, Portal, Half-Life 2, and Terraria. We have Michelle, who says Minecraft, Disney Crossy Road, Sims 4, Mario Kart 8, and Super Mario Maker. And then let's do 3 more. We got Dash Dice, who says Castle Crashers, Ratchet and Clank, Borderlands, Life is Strange, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. And then we have My Little Blue Nose, who says Minecraft, Pokemon Ruby, Super Mario 3D World, Super Smash Bros, Kirby and the Rainbow Paintbrush. And then the final one is from Andy McLeod, and I think the only other one that hasn't got Minecraft is number 1. They go Portal 2, Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Go, 5 Nights at Freddy's 2, and then Minecraft.
Man, I never really thought people would put 5 Nights at Freddy's in the top 5 games. That's I don't know, because it's quite a niche of a game. You know what I mean? It's not really that fleshed out. It's just kind of
it's not. Yeah, I mean, I've never really understood the appeal. Like, it's so, like, Five Nights at Freddy's is so, to me, tied into YouTube. Like, it feels like a YouTube game. Like, it feels like the game where, like, I'm surprised that, people actually play it. I thought people just watched it. You know, it kind of feels almost like a bit of a, you know, I when I think of Five Nights at Freddy's, I think of videos rather than the game.
Yeah, so do I, yeah.
Yeah, but that was in quite a few. A lot of Pokemon as well, and not just Pokemon Go, which is kind of nice to see because, you know, we're both big Pokemon fans as well. And lots of Mario as well, which is kind of nice to see because I thought that, we grew up with Mario being like the biggest thing in the world, and obviously now with the Wii U not doing so great and stuff. Like, I thought that maybe, you know, the next generation, you know, isn't gonna have that love for Mario like we did, but it seems like there is still a lot of love for the Italian plumber out there, which is good to see.
Yeah, it's quite good actually because you can tell a lot from your audience just by the top like 5 games. You can tell that we've got quite a very young audience. But yeah, some good games in there. There's quite a few that I haven't heard of, especially like the Mickey Mouse ones and like the Kirby ones. I've never actually played any of them. So yeah, some really good little game choices. I'm super excited for the new Pokemon to come out too as well. So hopefully I can add maybe the Pokemon game up in my top 10. I'm hoping once I beat Stamps, aka Gary, aka my nemesis.
Because you can normally name your nemesis, can't you? We could name our nemesis.
I'm gonna call you Gary. Can I call you Gary?
Well, no, because you name your nemesis in the game, I think. Well, you used to. I don't know if you can in this one, so you could name your nemesis Stampy in the game.
Can I call you like Dr. Longnose or something like really stupid like that? Like you know, like a proper enemy name. Like,
I think Dr. Tentacles sounds good. That sounds like a Batman villain or something. Dr. Tentacles.
I've been expecting you. Ha, 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 ha.
I got a Squiddy tip, by the way, if you want a Squiddy tip. I got one of them ready to go.
I've got one of them ready. Go on then.
I got one of them locked and loaded. Right, this is from Annie. And Annie says, Squiddy tips on how to stop cats singing in the shower. My cat loves water and won't stop. Help.
Did she say loves water?
Yeah, the cat loves water and it keeps singing in the shower. How can she stop her cat from
Why would
singing
you
in
want
the
to
shower?
stop that? Why would you? That's like, God's gift. Like, you can
It's
get
a
Instagram
really
famous.
bad at singing. It's really bad.
Just
It's
get your
awful.
phone out and start recording. Like, you're gonna be a celebrity.
Yeah.
Why would you want to stop it? I'd get in the shower and sing with the cat, to be honest. I think you're missing out on something glorious here. Like, what would you do, Stamps, if you saw, like, Ori just singing in the shower? Like, what? Like, meow, 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 meow. Just, like, going at it with, like, a brush.
I don't know what to do. Like,
You get
I
your
think
phone
I'd
out,
first
wouldn't you?
assume
Start-
foul play. Like, I'd look for the hidden speaker or something, and then I think I'll join. I mean, first thing, grab a camera and film it.
Has your
capture the
cat
moment.
Ever cat catcher the moment? Has your cat ever seen like another cat and like made a funny noise?
Yes. So out the window, and it all pops up and goes. It does that.
I hear it all the time, like outside, because the neighbour's cat comes round, and then like Church wanted to be let in, and he was going meow 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 meow.
Yeah, because Ori's generally pretty silent. Like I've
Yeah.
been around people's house where they have cats, and they just chat to their cats. And the cats are just constantly making noise and stuff. But Ori only really makes noise. So if you're playing with her, like if we're playing like catch the toy or something, and we're throwing it and she's chasing after it, like when we throw it, she sprints after it, then goes like she makes just a weird noise, like as if she's like too excited to contain herself. She just goes like as she charges after it. That's really the only time she speaks. Or like if you pick her up and she doesn't want to be picked up, she's just like meow, like leave me alone. I'm not in the mood.
You gotta love cats. So yeah, I don't really want to give you a tip to stop it, because it shouldn't be stopped. Embrace it. Yeah, just
encourage it.
enjoy
Here's
it.
your tip: encourage the singing, not
encourage
stop
the
it.
cat. Get it one of them. Get one of them mirrors with all them light bulbs around it, and a nice dressing room before they get in the shower, to prepare and to warm up and stuff. Maybe bring them a hot tea to warm the vocal cords up. So, yeah, that'd be my tip. Oh, great stuff. Is there a Stamps one?
Yeah, do you want to go straight into a Stampy tip?
Yeah, why not?
This one was from Brandon. We had a bunch of really nice messages on our Facebook page as well. Like, I was going to include some in, but then I thought, like, it's a lot of people just saying nice stuff about us. I thought it might be a bit weird just us reading it out. But if you're one of the people that just left,
section.
yeah, if you're one of the people that left a nice message, by the way, like I did read them all, and
Let's
thank
have
you.
like 3 nice messages at the end of the video for us to feel good on Stamps. That's good.
It's just to give ourselves a pat on the back. Well, we could just compliment each other for a bit. End the podcast in a good mood. Anyway, Brandon is waiting patiently for me to read his comment. He says, this one's for Stampy. I have a real issue holding interest in the worlds I build in Minecraft. Do you have any
Brandon,
suggestions on what to do?
Preaching.
Pardon?
Go on, carry on. No, I was just saying, I know where he's coming from. He's really hitting home here. This is good.
Well, I guess
Go on,
this
carry
can be
on.
a tip for you and Brandon. So he says,
Yeah, I'm
do you have
listening.
any suggestions on what to do to stay in my worlds longer? So are you saying, is this something that you have as well?
I mean, this is just like life in general. Like, I often put things down, pick things back up, just because my attention span is very, very short. So when I get an interest in like recording a game, I know that if I leave it a couple more days, then I just won't feel the same. So I literally just record as much as I can on it. So I don't know, like I'm so bad at like holding like an attention span for a long period of time and just getting stuff done. So yeah, it's a big problem. I'll play in a world, I'll love it for a bit, and then I'll just get bored of it. But yeah.
So let's try and work out why that is then, because I think that might be the best way to help. So let's look at Squiddy's, what's it called? Squiddy's Sky Island. Is that what it's called? I've got the name.
Yeah. I think yeah.
Squid Sky Island. So Squid Sky Island, that was kind of, for a while, that was your main survival series, and I think that's in my head at least. I don't know, you might think differently. That was kind of this series
Yeah, it's
where
the
I feel
main
like
one on the channel.
Pardon?
It's like the main one on the channel for the, that people have kind of grown with my channel with, if that makes sense. Like, it's been around for a couple of years, and then that's what kind of like the first big Minecraft series that I did, and that's kind of, I think that's what, most people will know it out of probably everything. So
yeah, like I feel it was like the series that essentially made you. It's the series that, like you started that, I started Lovely World, and when we started, we were averaging 100 views or something. That was when we were really starting out our channels with no one watching.
And it was when Minecraft was just starting as well.
Yeah, for console. And then when that series ended, I feel like you were, kind of the squid you are today. That was when you really, got good
I evolved
at doing YouTube.
From a cocoon into a butterfly, and I spread my wings.
From a little tadpole. So yeah, when you started, not many people were watching. You were, I'm sure if you watched them back now, you wouldn't be happy with the early videos.
No,
just
very
because,
cringy.
Yeah, you've got so much better now. So like, but that series, that kind of at one point, it just ended. So why? Like, was it just because you lost interest in that world, or what was the reason?
I think so. I think, one of the main, I was going to probably bring it back, but obviously I lost my account. But yeah, one of the main reasons why was just pretty much because I did a lot of episodes, and I think that's still like my longest series that I've ever done, like in Minecraft. So it's quite a long time. I did over 100 episodes. But I think it's just because I kind of lost interest in Minecraft a little bit. Like, I still play Minecraft now, but I only play it a couple of times a week, and I'm happy with that. Like, I still come back to it, I still enjoy it, but it's not something that I could play like every day, because I like to play other games and record other games. So I reckon it's just that I think I just played it too much, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, I just kind of ran out of ideas, and I was just getting like a bit bored of it, and I wasn't really happy. Because like at the start, I was really happy of recording and loads of plans, loads of ideas and stuff like that. And then as the series went on, I kind of thought that I didn't really want to like kill the series. Like, I thought like it's been a nice sort of lengthy series. I've done everything that I wanted to do. I've had a lot of good memories, and I didn't want to just like overdo it. Like, you can easily just overdo a series and you just turn it into something that it wasn't originally meant to be turned into. Like, the series did its job, like, made me happy, it made everyone else happy, we had a lot of fun in it, but I just kind of felt like it was time to move on. But I'm not talking about stuff like that series. I'm talking about the stuff where, like, now, like, I don't have like a single Minecraft world that I play in, just because I end up getting bored of like the world. That's kind of my problem. That's it's nothing to do with like recording or anything. It's just that I end up getting bored on games.
so you said that like you run out of ideas. Do you think that's it? Do you think it gets to a point where you build, you start the world up, you build your farm, you build your house, you build your storeroom, you tickle your boxes, and then do you feel like you just don't know what you want to do next? Do you think that's the reason?
Yeah, pretty much. I think so.
So I guess what I'd recommend then, Brandon, is so if you really are determined that you want to play a survival world and kind of keep it going, build something, impressive, is to watch a lot of, I'm not just saying this, but watch like a lot of YouTube videos to get inspiration. Like, look at things that someone else has built, because people are always making incredible things, and then think of a twist on how you could build that in your own way. So maybe look up on YouTube people that have built amazing windmills, and like look at them and get inspired by them, and then think of how you can do your version of it, rather than just trying to sit there, looking at an empty field where you want to build something and being like, what could I build? So maybe that's a good idea to do that. And then, it might also just be a case that maybe Minecraft for you isn't kind of playing those kind of survival worlds. Maybe, you're going to have a lot more fun kind of, doing mini games or something along those lines could possibly be the thing. But yeah, I think overall the thing I'd recommend is don't force it. Like, if you're playing in a world and you're like, I'm not sure what I want to do next, let me just try and do anything. Like, you're not going to have fun doing it that way. Like, the time when Minecraft is really fun is when you suddenly get an idea and you get a wave of inspiration, and then you can't stop until you've finished it. Or, when you know that there's something you want to build, and maybe you're at work or school and you're there thinking about like, I can't wait to put this idea in when I get back. Like, that is when Minecraft is at its most fun, I think, for me at least. And so wait for that moment. Don't try and force it unless you have that inspiration. You might suddenly think like, oh, wait a minute, there's this huge ravine here. Like I could build a giant bridge across to the other side. Or what can I build out of? Oh, I could build it out of quartz, but now I need to go to the nether. Once you get that idea, then, you're going to have no problem with motivation, but don't force it until you get that idea. And if you're struggling to get that idea, watch videos, watch things that other people have done. Like you're not copying them, you're not stealing them, you're getting inspired by them, and then, do it in your own way. Just come up with, a way how you can, use different materials, do a slightly different shape, add some, twist on it that makes it more to do with you. So that's kind of what I'd recommend, I think.
Nice, good stuff. And like Sam says, like even if, you're getting bored of a world, then just maybe do some stuff with your friends. Like Minecraft's always better playing with other people. So, maybe if you want to try and get some ideas with your friends or build something together, then Minecraft can become, a lot more fun when you're playing it with other people. So, yeah, maybe try something like that out, I reckon.
Yeah, like, so some people, like, everyone's minds are different. Like, brains are weird. Like, I think we naturally think of things in ways we understand. Like, we understand how computers work. To a certain extent, but brains are completely different. They're organic. They're like natural matter, and they're not. They can be very similar, but they're not exactly the same. And so, some people just, something can be fun for someone, but isn't for something else. And some people, they go into a world and, they instantly have a million ideas and they know exactly what they want to do and they get on with it. Some people just aren't, you don't have minds like that. And we've evolved to be like that. So there's a mixture in society. So, when we were cavemen, there would be some people that would naturally be good at going out and hunting, and some that would be good at, cooking and looking after the cave. And so, we've evolved to have a lot of variety in how we are. And so don't look at what someone else is doing and what they're enjoying and think, oh, why aren't I enjoying that? Because, you just might be wired a little bit differently, and, you might be better or, enjoy doing something else.
Ah, brilliant. Good stuff. I was just chuckling to myself because you said looking after the cave, so I said house caving. Like housekeeping, but caving, do you get it?
I understand, Squid, I understand. I think that you could sum up this moment as like a Stampy and Squid, like me giving an overlong, complicated answer to a question, and then you making a silly joke and chuckling to yourself. I think that just sums us up. Like, but this is a great example. Like me, Squid and I, we get along great. I think our videos together are good. Like, that's not me being headed, but I just think the mixture of our personalities, like, it makes me laugh, and and hopefully makes other people laugh as well. But we're really not very similar in so many ways, but we fully understand that when we're starting a project or doing something together, we both know our strengths and make the most of it, really. And so I think that's like an important thing in life, is just to quickly identify what you're good at, what you're not good at, and then the people around you, what they're good at and what they're not good at, and just make sure that everyone's kind of doing what they what they're best at, or what they enjoy most.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. That's great advice. 10 out of 10. Good Stampy advice. I love how mine was like, just like tell your cat to keep singing, and then yours is like a 10-minute explanation of like helping someone in a world. Great.
But this is an example of us, doing like, I'm probably,
exactly.
You can argue here, probably a little bit better at answering those questions, and you're probably a little bit better at answering the silly questions, and making a joke out of it, because I'd have probably started getting really serious talking about how to make a cat sing. So you saved everyone from that.
Yay! Good stuff. Oh man. Well, it's pretty sad, guys. Pretty sad, because this is the last podcast of for now.
You
Not
left
forever.
too much of a pause there. You said
just
this is the last podcast for a couple weeks. so basically, we're off to Minecon next week as we're recording this. We've been thinking about a way to record on the road, and it just really doesn't make sense. Like, it'd just be too difficult to do, basically. So that does mean that this is going to be the last podcast for a little while. Like how long is your trip? Can we try and work this out to give people a date?
Okay,
so
my trip is from the 23rd of October to the 11th of... No, the 23rd of September
got ages.
to the 11th of October. So it's essentially 2 weeks and like 5 days, something like that.
Yeah, and so if you're getting back then, there probably won't be one that week. So we're probably not looking at a podcast until...
But we can talk about like Halloween's coming up and like Christmas is around the corner, and we can. It's gonna be such a magical time.
And I reckon the podcast when we get back, there's gonna be so much that's happened between, then it'll be good. So we're probably not looking to one until the 23rd of October or the 16th of October at the best, depending on for obviously when Squid gets back, he needs to recover a little bit, and there'll be other videos. So this is going to be a bit of a gap. Unfortunately, there's no real way for us to do it on the road. We're not unfortunately able to do a live one at Minecon.
If you miss us, there's going to be content all the time on Stamps' channel and my channel. So you don't really have to miss us. We're still going to be, doing videos together and stuff like that. So, there's no need to be upset, guys. It's fine. You won't miss us for a long time. So
yep, all videos will be continuing as normal, and we're also going to be doing the if you remember, we spoke about it in the podcast, the mega building time, the huge building time that we came up with the idea of on this. That is going to be coming up as well. So there's that to look forward to. Quest is going to be carrying on as normal. Eden's going to be carrying on as normal as well. So all of our videos together, and our normal videos are going to be the same. So yeah, I know it's a bit of a shame that there's going to be a bit of a gap for the podcast, just because we really enjoy doing it. But everything else is going to be just as you would expect.
Good stuff. I think people are nicely informed, Stamps. They're all prepared. They're all set. They're all good to go. So
I've done my job.
Should we end it? Let's end it there. Yeah? It's been good. It's been a good little chat this week. It's been very fun. You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. But yeah, we've got loads of videos to crack on with, so me and Stamps are going to get going. But thank you very much for watching or listening, whatever you're doing. And Stamps says make sure you check either mine or his Twitter or even the Facebook page. Probably the Facebook page. We're going to announce when we're actually back and when the podcast is going to be live and what day. All the information is going to be on there. www.facebook.com/Magic Podcast.
And keep an eye out on Twitter and stuff to hear what we're being up to. I'm going to be vlogging the trip. I think Squid might do as well. And Minecon stuff, it's all going to be streamed. So we got our panel together, Stampy vs Squid, and then I don't know exactly what else Squid's doing, but I'm taking part in a couple other panels as well. I don't know if I'm allowed to announce what they are and when they are, but keep an eye out. They'll be releasing a schedule soon. So you can see that stuff and then the vlog as well.
Cool. But yeah, guys, that's it for us today. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you, soon.